Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we open up the phone lines 800-585-1051. We're asking, how have the tariffs affected you? Now, this conversation comes from Jess was getting her nails done over the weekend. And tell the people what happened, Jess.
Yeah, so I was getting my nails done in Jersey City. Nice little nail salon. And the lady who was doing my nails, she is the owner, and she's been doing nails for over 40 years. And she was saying that the tariffs are affecting her faster than she thought they would, because she's running out of inventory and she orders her stuff, but she don't know when it's coming. It's high as hell. And, even when they do pay, it's not even only the price gouging, like the price increase. It takes a long time to get here. So she was saying, like, she don't know how long she's going to be open, how much longer she'll be open, because she doesn't want to increase her prices, and that's going to make her lose clientele. She had 20-year, 30-year clients, and she don't want to. She's going to have to, but she said she don't want to. She was so devastated, and it was nobody in there. It was nobody. It was a nice big shop, but I had to get my nails short with the overlay, because she didn't have any tips. Y'all know, like, my nails long. She didn't have any tips. She didn't have a lot of colors. She had ran out of stuff. Wow. So she did what she could on my nails. I still supported her.
Well, they're saying that some of the major things that are growing up that affect everybody is, first and foremost, clothing. They said the largest American retailers source apparel from China and Asian countries. So footwear and clothing are going to shoot up. They also said toys. So they said almost 80% of the toys sold in the U.S. are imported from China. So that's going to be going up as well. They said seafood is going to be going up because of the tariffs.
Excuse me?
Yes, seafood.
And Shein hiked their prices, their U.S. prices, as much as 377% ahead of tariff increases. And that's the sad part about a lot of this stuff, man. Like, how many of these corporations are going to hike their prices just because they're greedy and they can blame the price hike on tariffs?
And Charlamagne, something that probably affects you, nuts.
He nuts?
Nuts are going up.
I love honey roasted cashews.
Yeah, they're saying with the tariffs, they're saying a 46% tariff on Vietnam will definitely hurt people that are heavily into nuts. So I know
nuts come from Vietnam.
Yeah, they said it comes from nuts, and also Brazil and Vietnam, where we get a lot of our nuts from.
You know where gay comes from? It comes from Queens. That's why it's called Queens.
Oh,
that's why
wow.
that's why Envy is a queen from Queens. And next hour is our next topic. Was there a time you thought you were gay? We're going to talk about that.
Oh my God, I love that.
What are you talking about?
So Envy, get ready to tell your story. Because if you don't, I will.
There's no tariffs on gay, sir. But coffee and rice and wine and spirits, they're saying are going to be affected as well.
Damn, what do we have in America? Like, damn, this also lets you know how heavily we depend on other countries as well. God damn, we can't get our own nuts. We ain't got no American nuts.
That's because, and it's just my personal opinion, America focuses too much on celebrity. I really do. I feel like America's obsession with celebrity is what led to a celebrity being in the White House, and that's the type of things that people focus on. Like, what actual skills do we teach people in this country?
Exactly.
No, you're right, and we have to get back to the trades, like you said. We have to make sure that we it's not just, I know I love college. I graduated from Hampton University. Salute to all my 4-year schools. But also, like you said, we got to get back to welding, HVAC, electrical, automotive. We have to get back to those trade schools. We have to. Salute to Lincoln Tech, by the way. But we got to get back to those trade schools.
Salute to Jordan the Welder. Jordan the Welder was at the Black Effect Podcast Festival this weekend, man. You know we love Jordan. Jordan is a young woman who, speaking of trade, she's a welder.
That's right.
That's right. And Jordan ain't, I ain't gonna say she, everybody need a little bit extra cash, but she ain't hurting for no money.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning, DJ NV. How you doing? My name is Kamar.
What's up, Kamar? Talk to us. How are the tariffs affecting you, brother?
Oh man, it's been affecting me and my family business. We're not getting a lot of customers. Secondly, I teach welding at a trade school.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the budgeting and stuff is allocated for different stuff. Our material are not good because we're buying cheaper material for students. So it's not been good for us.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually pushing things aside. Like if they were going to do something for their house or do something extra, they're just waiting now. They're holding on to the money because they don't know when that money is going to be needed, when it's not going to be coming in no more. So if people want to do things, they just got to hold off for a little bit, which is, I'm sure, affecting you guys a lot.
No, absolutely. I used to teach at a school that you're familiar with, Lincoln Tech.
That's my school. Salute to Lincoln Tech.
Yeah, man. We're up there in Mawa, and I know it's been rough, getting material and stuff because of the tariffs. But yeah.
Yeah, so well, salute to Lincoln Tech again. Actually, my cars are at the Mawa campus, but salute to Lincoln Tech.
I remember, man. Yeah, you were restoring about 2 old school cars. I think a Chevy, 70s Chevy,
67 Corvette and a 67 Pontiac GTO. They both there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They're great, man. They're nice.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Have a good one. Hello, who's this?
Hey, DJ Indy, my name's Kayla. How you doing?
Hey, Kayla. Good morning. How has the tariffs affected you?
They whooping my ass already because I tried to order a specialty made wig from United because United has a Brooklyn location, but if it's pre-made, of course it's like regular. But I tried to order like a specialty made one that was like chocolate brown and it was like real long, like 32 inches, and they tried to add $55 on top of regular taxes on top of that.
You know what's crazy? Lauren is in here with a short wig this morning too for the exact same reason.
No, she is not. She
Jess
cut
had
her
to get
long
shorter
wig.
nails. Jess had to get shorter nails. Lauren had to get shorter wigs. That's crazy.
What they tell you that Jess was in the back actually cutting Lauren's wig because it's so expensive. We got to Jess got to do a couple jobs now.
I hate this school so bad. Can I wait to transfer?
You know what?
What you mean?
Let me tell you something. The way I'm about to just order these regular ass wigs out of Brooklyn, I'm gonna have to bleach them and go on my way.
Damn.
What does a regular ass wig out of Brooklyn look like?
The wig that sit next to you every morning.
Damn.
Pretty much. You ate that, Jess. Serious.
Thank you, boy.
I ain't gonna let y'all talk about Lauren wig like that. Now enough's enough. Don't
That
be talking
is
about.
not Lauren wig. That's Charlamagne wig that Lauren booked him.
We was talking about Salons wig, the one he had on like the other week.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
all right.
That was from Lauren people.
That was from the store in Brooklyn, sweetie. Chill.
You know what else though? I love having these conversations.
Thank you, Kayla.
Salute to Kayla. I love having these conversations because we live in an era where nobody wants to show their struggle. Like social media has everybody wanting to look rich, so you never gonna really know how real it is out here in these streets unless people tell you.
Right. Well, 800-585-1051. We're asking, how are the tariffs affecting you? Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. If you're just joining us, we're talking about how are the tariffs affecting you. Now, this conversation comes from Jess. She was out and about getting her nails done, and you spoke to one of the nail shop owners, and what did she tell you?
She was saying that her inventory is so low because she doesn't know when her stuff is going to be delivered. Not only is it high, like it's increased in price, but it takes long to get her inventory. She's been waiting for I think a month for her stuff. So she ran out of nail polishes, nail files, and things for pedicures. She can only do she really couldn't even give me a damn pedicure. Well, she couldn't complete the service. I wanted my nails done and my toes done, but she didn't have certain things, and she just didn't want to be a disservice. She didn't want to do a disservice, so she was like, "I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to get your nails done." I said, "I will, just to support you," but she didn't have tips for her nails. She ran out of acrylic, and it's just really, really sad because she was damn near in tears in there.
Let me ask you a question.
She's not even gonna be able to afford to give you a hookup for shouting her out this morning. Next time you go.
It's okay. It is totally okay. I gave her a big tip. I just, basically a nice donation, but I don't even know if that will help her because that ain't gonna make her stuff come.
I was gonna ask you, speaking to other comedians, I know your shows are sold out, but are other comedians having a hard time selling out shows because people don't want to go out anymore?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of DJs have been hitting me and saying that their clubs are not packed, that it's hard for them to get jobs because people are not going out. They're not spending that extra money at the club buying drinks and things like that.
Yeah, no, it definitely affects the tour season for sure. And then, not for nothing, everybody is on tour now. I've never seen so many people on tour at once. You got from artists to comedians to everything. And then it's a lot of festivals and DJs. I mean, like car shows. It's a whole lot of a host of events going on. And people got to figure out, okay, this ticket is $35.
That's right.
All right, if I can do this, then I won't be able to go to this show. And, so it is definitely a lot. Even in my own experience with me selling out shows, it takes longer to sell them out. Yeah. I sell them out, but it just takes so much longer. I remember I used to sell out shows making one video about where I'm going to be, and that just do numbers and it be sold out before I get there. But now it sells out right before, or it still be a couple tickets away from being sold out.
Can I say? Can your brother say something real quick? I just want to say something. I just want to say something to all the DJs and all the comedians who, nobody's coming to their shows. Wasn't nobody coming to your shows before these damn tariffs. Cut it out, okay?
No, that's not true.
Oh my God.
Cut it out. Stop. All right,
somebody sell out a little festival and now you coming as a comedian.
No, I'm just saying some of y'all wasn't getting no sold out shows before these tariffs. Now I know it's a good excuse to use, but cut it out.
You know what? You right, yo. You right. I can name a few. No, I ain't gonna be that Jess.
What's wrong with y'all?
You know your ass ain't been selling. But yeah, period.
Hello, who's this? Y'all so foul.
Hey, man, this is Boone from 843.
Hey, good morning, brother.
What's happening?
I'm doing great this morning, doing great. On 526, headed to the port, trying to take these boxes turned in for the day.
Oh, you're a longshoreman?
Tariff don't destroy us. No, I'm a longshoreman. I pull containers, man.
Okay.
So how the tariffs affecting you?
Man, it's killing us down here, man. We was doing easily 30 boxes a week. Now it's down to maybe 4 boxes. And right now the board is showing empty, no more work. I guess I'm going home.
Wow.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yep.
Thank you for calling, my
nothing
brother.
going on right here, man. Like it used to be, because like 2 months ago, we was getting like 2,000 boxes a day.
Hey, I need y'all to know elections have consequences. Okay, we just approaching the first 100 days, and look how people talking.
So that also affects the employees at the ports.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because if ain't nothing coming in, they ain't got nothing.
No jobs.
Man.
Yeah.
And these companies gonna have to start laying people off.
Wow.
Crazy, man.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Ashley.
Hey, Ashley. Good morning. How have the tariffs affected you, Mama?
So I work in healthcare. I work with children. I'm a provider, and it's affecting medical devices and getting these to children, because now the prices are just going to go up. And then that's going to be put on the families. Things like when children are born, they have abnormal hearts. Devices to where that device is the heart, or things with their brain to help stop.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
It's going to help, affect them.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you.
Your
Sorry.
passion is caring for children. I
Even
know
some of my
that.
patients too. Yeah, even some of my patients too. I live in Texas, so some parents even drop their kids off and leave because they're worried something may happen. But they still want their children to be taken care of.
We should not live in a country where people have to, where people can't afford to live. I know we listen to what I'm saying. We say afford to live. I'm talking about those people she's talking about, literally life and death.
Right.
Because of their health situation. They can't afford to live.
Yeah, but it's crazy because it affects it all the way around. Like I know somebody who, I always talk about when I get my physical, and all my friends, I tell them like, yo, you need to get your physical. You need to get your physical. He was like, yo, I can't. And I'm like, why? He was like, because the cost of everything is so far up. He was like, I can't even afford to pay my copay when I go. He was like, I gotta, he was like, so I gotta wait a little bit. I'm like, damn. I'm like, well, how much is the copay? Because he can't afford it. He has to do all these odd jobs to make sure he can put food on the table. And he said everything is shot up in price.
That's right. And, Envy also started a little side business where he's giving people prostate exams. You know what I mean? And a lot of his homeboys.
You can give prostate exams?
And Envy's doing it.
And you're not certified?
I'm not even certified.
I only did it to Charlamagne.
You ain't never gave me one, but
I
a lot
did
of
it to Charlamagne.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what he's been telling all them friends that can't afford physicals. Let me give you a little quick prostate check. So,
because I know what to do.
Yo, shut up. Yo, what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is, man, pray. That's all I can tell you.
But all jokes aside, like what you said, I know you weren't joking about praying, but what you said, every election has its consequences. That's right. Literally the moral of the story.
That's right.
It's crazy.
That's right. All of this is directly due to the actions of President Donald Trump. And this ain't even no partisan thing I'm talking about. If you are an American, you will be affected by the things that he's done. So, you got to give him the credit. Because when things go wrong, he gets the credit. When things go right, he's going to get the credit. So right now, things are going very wrong.
That's right. All right. Well, when we come back, we have the latest with Lauren. Now, Lauren, what we talking about?
So we talked about Shador Sanders when we opened up Front Page News this morning, but did you guys see that he potentially is dating Shyncia because she was there with him for the draft?
First of all, no, but that's my girl.
No is right, just because it's not true. And I talked to some sources, and we won't get into it.
Why do you always do me like that? She will build me up and then break me right down. Damn.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.